Hello PG Rockets, this is Jeff Wise. I am back with the Rocket Report. This is for November and December 2024. My most excellent, fantastic producer, Garrett, was unavailable to do this in November, and honestly, there's not a whole lot going on this time of the year in terms of board action, so I thought we'd just put it together. But I do have some updates for you, and first off, congratulations to our football team. We made the state playoffs, had a really tough game against LCC, and I think if we had another couple minutes on the clock, we probably would have pulled out that win, but congratulations to them as well. They were a great team, and I don't think anybody was stopping Marion Local this year anyways, so congratulations to them though. I want to congratulate our Quiz Bowl team. They have won multiple tournaments already this fall. They have already qualified for a national tournament, so they're going to be looking to do that here in the spring. And we did here in December have our first ever PG Quiz Bowl Invitational, and they won that tournament as well. So it was nice to bring other schools here to our building, let them see our facilities, and thank you to all of our readers and Mr. Recker for making that happen. That was really fun, and I think the kids got a lot out of it. They're also participating in the BGSU Brain Game again this year, so you want to stay tuned for that. Remember, they were the champions last year, so they're trying to defend their title this year. And they've played a couple rounds so far. I don't want to give away any spoilers, so stay tuned for that. We did have our NHS induction as well here in November. We have actually about half of our junior class went in this year, which is a great accomplishment for those kids, and so we're really excited about that. And that just means we can just push them harder, so I'm excited to maybe challenge them here the rest of this year and into next year too, so that's really great. We did approve, the board approved in December, the 25-26 school calendar, so we put that on our Facebook page. I think it's on our website, and we sent it through Final Forms to parents, so hopefully you've seen that. I just want to get that in your hands early so that you can plan whatever trips, vacations you need to do, and you can start planning even like next year's holidays. And so if you don't have that, feel free to reach out to us here at the school and we can get that to you. So like I said, if you need that, reach out to us. At the December meeting, we also did, the board approved some new policies. Every half year we get policy updates, policy revisions, and sometimes new policies. So just briefly for you, the two that I think are probably most important are, there was Senate Bill 29, which essentially it requires schools to notify parents if they look through a student's personal information on like internet searching, web browsing, things like that, for disciplinary issues or for health issues like potential health cares, health concerns, anything that would be like potentially a threat to themselves or others. Otherwise, students do have privacy to use those, even though they are using school equipment, school Chromebooks. So that's a big thing for our students and parents. And then we also passed a policy regarding artificial intelligence use here at the school. And essentially, to break it down for you, it basically just means students aren't allowed to use artificial intelligence unless they are instructed to by their teachers. Because it can, unfortunately, it's a good tool that kids can use to potentially cheat on their assignments, but also there are a lot of positive benefits to it too. It can edit, there's a lot of things it can do. It's not worth going into. So those are on our website if you care to see those. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. Feel free to reach out to me. I gave the bullying report in December as well. We have 0 incidents of bullying. However, I do want to take a minute here to talk about what bullying is and how it actually meets the criteria to be considered bullying. Because a lot of people think if Steve calls Tim a name, whatever, then that's just Steve being a jerk. It's not necessarily bullying if it's a one-time thing. What bullying technically is, it's repeated events. It's one aggressor, one victim, and it's repeated events, over and over a course of time. And that's more considered bullying. And so I think the reason we typically report 0 is because we know our students, our teachers are doing a great job, students are doing a great job. And so when things do come up, that first or second incident, we're on top of it and we take care of it. So, but I think that's an important thing because I think some people generally think of bullying as kind of a buzz term, like, oh, my kid's getting bullied. Maybe, they might be, but it's not just like, hey, like I said, Steve calls Tim a jerk or something like that. It's a repeated thing, it's a targeted thing, and that meets more of the criteria for what bullying technically is. So unfortunately, when people are just being mean or rude to other people, which unfortunately does happen even in our school, it's not necessarily considered bullying. So 2 last things here before I get you to the rest of the videos here. We have some fun stuff for you. One, our next board meeting is in January. It's January 14th. It's at 8 o'clock. They'll start with the organizational meeting, and then the regular meeting will follow after that. So if you'd like to come to the next board meeting, it'll be in the Media Center on January 14th. Love to have you there. Lastly, and this is a bittersweet thing for me, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Todd Schmutz on his retirement. Mr. Schmutz has been principal and superintendent. This is actually his 18th year here at Pandora Gilboa. So it's 17 and a half if you want to look at it that way. And he's done a lot of amazing things here. He's been a great leader, a great mentor to me personally, a great, I think, mentor and colleague to many of the teaching staff, all the custodial staff, bus drivers. You think about 18 years, and maybe in different businesses that may not seem like a lot, but in a school setting, 18 years, 12 and a half of which as a superintendent, that's actually a really long tenure. And so we're really blessed and lucky to have had him here. I will be taking over full-time on January 1st, so future weather concerns, if you're griping about delays or cancellations, you can start targeting me for that now. But I just really want to say congratulations to Todd. He's, just like I said, just been an outstanding leader for this district, done a lot of amazing things, and he will be missed. And so thank you for everything you've done, Todd. Appreciate it. Otherwise, we will move on to some videos. We got a nice Notre Dame trivia game between Mr. Kelly and Chase Detro, our two big Notre Dame fans here, except for maybe Mr. Smith too. We have the second part of the what's it called? The challenge. I can't think of what it's called now. But we have some challengers to Mrs. Class and Mrs. Schrader coming up for that, and even a set of twins. So we'll see if they can keep their win streak alive. And I hope everyone watching the video has a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful New Year's, and we will see you back in January. Thank you. Hello, Rockets. I'm here with Mary Miller. She is our dietitian, director of cafeteria for PG Schools, and this is your chance to get to know her. So welcome. Thanks for being here. We'll start out with some getting to know you questions, then we'll get to some fun questions, and hopefully we have a good time here. So thanks for joining us. So where did you go to high school and college then?
So I grew up in Rawson, and I went to Corey Rawson for K through 12, and then I went to Bowling Green for college.
Right. Did you consider anywhere else for college, or just Bowling Green was the spot?
Not really.
Yeah.
I was such a homebody, and I was afraid of really
it's close to
going
home.
anywhere.
Right. That makes sense.
It was, I think, brave that I even went that far and having moved
Gotcha.
out of my
Okay.
house.
Yeah,
so.
sure. I get that. It's scary. That's a scary transition. Now, as a grown working adult, do you want to share anything about your family life, pets?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I've been married to my husband, Scott, for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
I met him in college. He actually went to UT, which is kind of funny that we even
So somehow the homebody still made the connection.
Yeah, and we were
75 connection.
Enemies through college, but we made it work. I met him in 2005, and so now we have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Jack is 14, Grant is going to be 12 this month, and Lane is 9. Mm-hmm. And they all go to school here. Yeah. And we have a dog, Violet. She's border collie, and she gets us outside because she is you have to. Mm-hmm. Very active. Yeah. So we're outside a lot with her. And then we just got a cat that the cat distribution system delivered, and he was on the playground last year. Mm-hmm. And so I rescued him. I'm not sure if my husband would agree with that, but he did let me keep him.
Right. Well, that's a win.
And he was supposed to stay outdoors, but he's an indoor cat.
That's pretty funny. I didn't know you had border collies. I had border collies as a kid. Those were my first 2 dogs. Yeah. So.
We got her from a shelter, and we just I got so lucky. They had her, and we had to go. You had to go on a certain day, and there were 14 people there. Oh, yeah. And they had to draw my number, and I was like, she was meant to be, because we got picked.
Got the win on that. Yeah. That's nice. That's cool. Why did you choose to apply at PG?
I just kind of happened upon it. I worked for WIC for 10 years.
Oh, right.
And I really, really loved that. And I kind of bounced from Fort Wayne to Van Wert to Findlay to Putnam County. So I've known a lot of our students actually through the WIC program and their parents. Right. And I also volunteered here in the cafeteria then, just to be kind of around my kids. Mm-hmm. And so when Jane wanted to step down, they mentioned it to me because they knew I was a dietitian. And so that kind of started that process. Mm-hmm. And I was really, really ready for a new challenge. Yeah. So
that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it was nice to do something different.
So as our dietitian, what do you hope to accomplish here?
My goal is to make food that the kids enjoy, that they can. I want to model what a good diet should be in terms of, having your fruits and your vegetables, proteins, carbs, that variety that should always be on your plate, and trying to make it in a way that it's appealing to them. I want them to enjoy it, and somebody has to show them and teach them, and it doesn't always happen at home. So that's kind of my goal here. I want lunch to be fun. I want it to be stress-free.
Right.
And I want them to enjoy that part of their day. I enjoy seeing them. So, yeah.
You have a lot of high school workers in, that's for sure.
We have a ton,
fun. Which
yeah.
is fun, so.
And they do have a lot of fun in there, which I really appreciate. Most of them work pretty hard. They do what we ask of them. They listen really well, and they joke around and have fun, and that's good for us. We really enjoy that.
I was thinking, I didn't talk to you about this. Logan Lehman brought me it was like an Asian zing kind of pasta or whatever. And I forgot to tell you, I thought it was actually pretty good.
That is his own invention.
He was proud of that. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
He wanted me to put that on the National School Lunch menu, and I was like, I don't know if I can make that. I don't know that it would sound appealing to everybody, but it did taste really good.
I thought it tasted good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I like that little zing. It was like a little strong maybe, but
he might have put a little bit more sauce.
Yeah, because it was hard to, I think, in proportion for like a tiny little sample cup. But
yeah,
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. So Logan, if you watched this, good job.
It's good. Yeah, I was like, bring in the noodles and we'll make it, and yeah.
So again, as our dietitian, what would you want our PG community to know about you?
Well, I think it's good for them to know that, kind of like the students, I want them to know that I'm trying to make meals that their kids will enjoy. I want them to know that, paying for school lunches, I'm paying for 3 kids a day, so I know what it's like to have to pay for all those meals every day. I just want them to know that, for that money and what you're sending in for your kids to eat, we're doing our very best to give them the most that we can, while still following those regulations and requirements. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. It's a lot of requirements, and it's quite a puzzle to put together. I think there's more to it than anybody realizes. And I don't think a lot of people know that the cafeteria is really self-sufficient. So my budget pays for my employees. It pays for new equipment. It pays for everything.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Not really part of the school budget.
Right.
But the school is wonderful. So when we do need any help, they are always good about sending money our way if it comes to that.
Right.
I'm working very hard to try to avoid that as much as I can. I'd like to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, sure, for sure. And then, I don't know how many kids would watch this, but what would you want the students to know about you?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think I'd like them to know that in the kitchen, all of us, we're like, hey, we're just like regular people.
Right.
Sometimes it's like they're afraid to talk to us, or especially little ones at first. It's just sometimes there's just a lot of silence when they go through the line, and it's like, it's okay, you can talk, you can say hi, and we do like having conversations with them, and it's kind of fun when they open up a little bit and get to know us a little bit better.
It's kind of similar to being an administrator too, because I think kids sometimes think we're just, we just get shoved in a closet, at 3 o'clock and come back out at 7:30 in the morning or whatever. So that's a good point. And you definitely have that with the high school kids. Matt Mag, if you're watching, he's always just a crazy jokester back there, and he's a lot of fun. I see you guys in Austin, all those. You have a great group back there. So
I have some this year that I'm really gonna miss when they graduate this year. They've been.
That's true.
I like when they repeat and they come back year after year, and we really get to know who they are and
make those connections.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
That is good. Yeah, that is good. All right, so moving on to the interesting, fun about you questions. Who would you say is the most influential person in your life, and why?
So I think this is my dad. My mom has always said, "Oh my God, you're so much like your dad." She says it all the time, and I am a lot like her too. But my dad has always he's taught us an incredible work ethic as we were growing up. Like, he worked at Cooper Tire for many, 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 many years and retired early. And so just watching him go to work every day, first shift, second shift, third shift, he's worked them all. He was a plant supervisor.
Oh, wow.
So he was leading people. He was he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
And just seeing him work hard his whole life, and to work hard and provide for us, we never were in need of anything. We had everything we needed, and he would take us on vacations, and that just it really affected me in terms of, I don't call in. I'm gonna go to work. If it needs done, it needs done, and I have to be the one to do it. And then he was a great resource when I started this job and suddenly I was leading people and being tough. He really taught me like, hey, you know, you gotta be a little tough sometimes, and that's really hard for me. So and he's the guy that I call, like, if I call him, he'll answer the phone, crisis control.
Right, that's
and
funny.
He's there to
I
help
like that.
me. And he has definitely made a few trips to Gordon's for me when, like, hey, I need this item. Can you go pick this up? And yeah, he's happy to do it.
And do
He's
they still
always
live
there.
back in Rosslyn, or?
Actually, right before the pandemic hit, they moved into Pandora. So they are
I didn't
just
know
down the
that.
street.
I didn't know that.
It's great. My kids
Okay.
can ride their bikes to their house.
That's cool.
And
I guess I never caught that from you. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that's good. That's fun. So like I said, you know, we don't live in closets around here. So when you're not here at school, what do you like to do in your free time, like activities or hobbies for fun?
I like to be at home, like, a lot. I like to like chill out. But I'm a big TV watcher.
Okay.
I love binge watching TV shows. I think I do it for comfort a lot, so I rewatch a lot of the same series that I've watched before, and I think that drives my husband crazy.
Okay.
And he's like, "Please try something
Sorry,
new."
Scott.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love TV. I love building Legos. We have Legos throughout our entire house. Like, it's part of the decor, and it's super, super fun. Really into that. And I like puzzles. I do a lot of puzzles.
Okay. Like jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah,
anything like that. Yeah.
Kind of kills my back a little bit. I can't do it too much,
Yeah.
but yeah, I enjoy that.
So what like you're talking about, like the shows you binge and rewatch over and over. What would you say is like your top 2 or 3 that you've seen like every episode multiple
every
times
episode.
over? Yeah.
Parks and Rec is a top. I love everything about that show. I just finished Superstore, which is a favorite.
Oh yeah, we watched that one.
The Office has always been,
Right.
Friends. I have all those DVDs.
Oh yeah, okay.
When I was in college, I didn't have cable, so I watched Friends over and over and over and over.
Right,
It's
right.
all I had. So yeah. Most comedies, it's pretty much.
Yeah, the sitcoms.
Yeah, and I like to find things that are suitable to watch with my family, so that if my kids are
That makes
around,
sense.
yeah.
Something to be even on in the background as long as it's appropriate.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It can be hard to find.
All right, so you're a dietitian, so the next question is gonna be a tough one for you. What's your favorite guilty pleasure food?
I wish it was something healthy, but it's French fries and it's Diet Coke, specifically from McDonald's, but also chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
And I will eat sweets until I'm sick. Like, I will make myself nauseous, and then I'll think, I did that to myself. I know it, but I'm still gonna do it.
But you did it.
I'm
You'll
gonna
do it
do
again.
it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't healthy. Everyone has to have something like that.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely.
You mentioned the Diet Coke from McDonald's. I think I heard that like McDonald's, they get their like Coke like especially from Coca-Cola. Because that comes like on a truck to just McDonald's.
That's
It's
what
like,
I've heard.
There's like a certain level of carbonation that makes it like the McDonald's formula.
I believe it because it is like it's so good, and I try to limit. Like, I don't buy pop for our house or anything. I don't really drink it, but if I'm at McDonald's, I'm getting a Diet Coke. I'm getting a large. I might go through a drive-through to pick it up. I used to be way worse. I'm trying to cut back a little bit,
But I'm worse than you. Like I like the real sugar like Mexican made Cokes, and I get those like Brinkmans and stuff like that. Not very often, but like I do enjoy that. I like that real sugar flavor. It's good. So, what would you say is your favorite like holiday?
I think my favorite holiday is 4th of July.
Oh, good.
Because my birthday is July 2nd,
Okay.
which should be a national holiday. And my daughter's is the 3rd, so that's kind of added in there now. We always get a long weekend around our birthdays. We get fireworks, and we get swimming and bonfires, and it's really, really fun. And I like to pretend it's, for me.
Right. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
So it's really fun, yeah.
What's your like go-to like July 4th barbecue?
Oh, well, I'm more of the s'mores because I'm a sweets eater for sure.
You mentioned
burgers and stuff.
Yeah.
When Lane was born and I was in the hospital, they gave us steaks from Lock 16.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that was the best steak I've
Yeah.
ever eaten in my life. It was so good.
After all the hospital food.
Yeah.
Like going.
And I was like,
Yeah.
man, I should, on a holiday, like who knew that they celebrated in the hospital?
Yeah, that's
So
interesting.
that
I
was
didn't know
really
that
fun.
either. Yeah.
I got 2 meals, and I said, I think my husband's gonna leave though and go back home with the boys. And they're
Mhm.
like, it's okay, you can eat his meal. And I was
There
like,
you go.
okay,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, don't force that great steak on
Right?
me. So yeah, that's
Like,
good.
oh, talk me into it.
So I know you like different shows and different things. Going like the superhero Marvel kind of vibe. If you could have any superpower, what would you choose and why would you choose it?
I think I would abuse any superpower that I would have. Like I would be terrible.
So you're like taking over the world basically?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
there's a part of me that's like, I want to know what everybody's thinking. But
Mhm.
then I realize I would probably get my feelings really hurt. I probably don't want to know.
Yeah.
But I do, like, I don't know. I would like to, or maybe be invisible.
Mhm.
That would be kind of nice because sometimes I get a little overwhelmed
Mhm.
with crowds or things like that.
Sure.
So that would be kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah. I never picked you for like the evil like villain.
I might be.
World takeover, like Pinky and the Brain world takeover person. So.
I worry that that would happen.
All right. Well, so villains don't typically have these, but do you have any like silly fears? Anything weird that you're afraid of?
I am okay. So I definitely have a lot of anxiety. I've been to therapy. I take
Mhm.
medication. I have a lot of anxiety. So my fears are so dumb, but very real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting better with it. But I have woken up in a panic in the night over like I don't think I'm feeding my kids healthy enough foods. Like I
Wow.
will like
Yeah.
majorly panic over that kind of silly stuff.
Yeah.
I also have this weird fear. I have a fear of heights, which isn't weird.
Yeah.
But like looking up at something tall, it like totally freaks me
Do you get like
out.
reverse vertigo or something?
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's interesting.
And I have panic attacks when I drive. I can't.
Oh, really?
Anytime I'm on a road that I'm not
Familiar
with. Yeah, I don't drive beyond my normal.
like comfort levels.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's been really hard to overcome.
Mhm.
But I used to be much better, and I would
Mhm.
say like normal, and I could drive anywhere.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, life happens and things change.
Well,
and-
and you have kids, and you start thinking about them, and that changes things.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure. That
And-
no, it makes sense to me.
I think my dad went through a health thing, and that's really when that started to pick up. So
Mhm.
I think that just amped up my anxiety, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a thing to. I don't know. It's hard to work through all of that, but I think it helps understand like other people and
Mhm.
their
And
anxieties
students
and yeah,
Colleagues, absolutely.
I think
yeah,
that can be
totally.
helpful.
So you wouldn't have to drive to it, but if you go to any fictional place, so not on Earth, but a fictional, whether it's sci-fi, fantasy, whatever, where would you like to go and why?
I think it'd be Hogwarts.
Oh yeah, that makes
I'm
sense. That's a good
big
one.
Harry Potter fan for
Okay.
real, and I think like any place with like secret passageways and
Mhm,
stuff, or like
mhm.
the house in Clue, like
Right,
the
right,
movie.
with the, yeah.
Yeah, like all those like secret passages and stuff, like that intrigues me.
You go from like the kitchen here into like the study
Yeah.
over here, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah,
I think that's
like
super
that. I
fun.
get
Something
that.
hidden and special.
I get
and
that.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
So I assume you've seen all the movies.
Oh yeah.
Kids have seen all the movies.
No, they don't care. They don't care. I have tried so many times.
That's funny.
Yeah, they
Okay.
don't. When you're
What about Scott? Does he like him?
He does.
Okay, so that helps.
So
Yeah,
we
that helps.
started dating right in that time
Mhm.
where we both went to purchase the 7th book together,
Mhm.
and he had to get his own copy.
Right.
So I had
Okay.
I kind of taught him to enjoy Harry Potter. He got me into World of Warcraft at the same time.
Right. Gotcha.
So
Have you been to Universal?
no,
Studio?
not
Okay. Yeah.
yet.
Okay.
We talked about going this past summer, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, we did that. It was 2017. I know it was the fall 2017. It was a blast. It was fun. It was really neat.
I want to go so bad.
So-
Someday.
Yeah, someday definitely one of those future like bucket list type things. Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, here's another weird one. Would you consider yourself a cat? You said you have dogs and now a cat.
Mhm.
Would you consider yourself a cat or a dog person?
So I feel like I'm totally a dog person. I feel like I like their spunky like personalities, and they're more like I don't know, kind of doofy and like silly and
Mm-hmm.
and just fun. You can have more fun.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I love this cat. Like
Yeah.
it's been really fun to have an indoor cat,
Mm-hmm.
and he cuddles sometimes when he like approves. Like it's
Mhm. Yeah.
always on his terms, which
Right, yeah.
just makes
That's-
me want to
that's cat,
cuddle him
yeah.
more.
Right, right.
It's like he's just funny, and he'll just like zoom through the house sometimes, and Yeah, he's
All
really
right, so let me ask you this:
grown.
do you think your dogs look like like you or Scott or well, just you or Scott? Do you think they look like you guys?
I don't know.
Either
I
one?
kind of hope not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
God, hope not. Sorry, Scott. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well, like,
Roasted.
I hope I don't look like
A dog?
my dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. We used to also have a corgi. He had a corgi, and I
Mhm.
had a miniature dachshund.
Okay.
And I feel like our personalities did jive with our dogs.
Yeah, so the reason I just like today at lunch, I read an article. It was actually a scientific study, and they studied if do owners look like their pets, and then are their personality traits similar, and like statistically it happens, and even to the point of like they would take like random people, say here's the animals, here's the people, and they're like, so who do you think owns which dogs, and they like nailed it.
Isn't that funny?
And they said it's even to the point you could just look at just the eyes of the dog and say, oh, that's this person's dog, this person's pet, and they got it. So
That's
I always thought that was
crazy.
kind of like an old wives' tale, but apparently it must be true. And so their reasoning was that apparently, you choose animals like you see yourself in kind of
Yeah.
thing, whether it's personality or whether it's looks or whatever. So that kind of blew my mind.
I think I would adopt any dog that I send them every time the Humane Society posts pictures of dogs available. Like I'll send them to Scott, and he's
Right.
like, "Please stop." We're
Yeah,
not
right.
getting-"
Right.
I would adopt them all.
Right. So you mentioned doing puzzles. I'm a board game person. I think you are too. What's your favorite board game?
So I tend to enjoy more the like faster paced
Mhm.
dice games. Like I really love Shut the Box
Mhm.
and Yahtzee. Those
Yeah.
are my favorites.
Mhm.
Nobody ever wants to play with
Oh,
me.
really? Yeah.
And it like breaks my heart because they're so like quick and easy
Mhm.
and fun.
Right.
And we do have several we have like Doomlings.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun one. I have a hard time keeping track of all the different cards, powers, things like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So I tend to like things that are a little more simple,
Mm-hmm.
or even like I love the kids games, just like playing Labyrinth
Mhm.
and like easy ones like that. Like it kind of lets me shut down my brain. I don't want to have to think about it. I just want to like enjoy it and
Right.
have fun
Right.
and not be too
That
complicated.
makes sense. My family loves Yahtzee. I remember playing that even with my grandma, but my kids like that one too. Do you have that like app to play it on your phone? Because they have like actual like official Yahtzee, and then they have like the knockoffs.
I don't think I do. I had Skipbo for a long time, which
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
yeah,
love
yeah.
Skipbo. And
Mhm.
then they shut that one down. And then I moved to Boggle.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
love
like that.
Boggle.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I am very cutthroat when I play.
Oh, I'm cutthroat in every
Boggle.
game. You can ask my kids. I never let them win. I don't care what age they
No.
are. Like you have to earn that W against me.
Oh,
So,
and
yeah,
especially
I was
Boggle. Like I'm
pretty
gonna
good.
cream you.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it so much. And then I play with people. And like my list of words will be like so long, and they're just like, "Well, this was fun."
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
The last game we played when my nephews came over, we played Phase 10, and I got
Oh,
off to a
I
hot
love
start. I was
Phase
like, I just
10.
1, 2, 3, and I don't remember which. I got to like 6, and I could not get past it, and I rage quit. Like we had so many like rounds went by, and like they start catching up. I'm like, that's fine, whatever. And then they caught me, and I was like,
Wait a
okay.
minute.
And then they started getting to like 7, 8, 9. I was like, I'm done. Like I said, if I don't get it this round, I quit this game. And I didn't get it, and I like rage quit. And they all laughed, but it was deserved. I couldn't handle it.
I get like that.
I'm not proud of it, but it's what happened.
And we used to play with my like extended family on my dad's side.
Oh, yeah?
We would
Yeah.
play games like that, and my grandma, she was no joke, and she
Yeah,
would yell
yeah.
at you at the table,
Yeah.
and
That's funny.
so funny. Yeah, I miss those days.
Yeah,
Those were
those-
really fun. The more you get to play in those games, like I feel like the more
Oh,
fun
for sure,
it is.
for sure, for
yeah.
sure. All right, so I got one last question for you, our dietitian, our cafeteria director. This is a controversial one. I'm not going to give my opinion, but do you think a hot dog classifies as a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
I say yes.
Okay,
I think it
there you
is.
go.
It is bread, meat, bread, or bun, however
Right.
you want to say that.
Right.
Yeah, I say it is.
There you go. You heard it from the expert. Hot dog is a sandwich.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Is cereal a soup?
I've been asked that one before too. That's a good one. I would classify it as a soup. Actually, I'm one of the weirdos because some people say soup has to have vegetables, or they say soup has to be hot. But it's a liquid that has bits in it. So to me, that's a soup.
That's what I think too.
Really? Okay. So
And there
you're-
are some cold soups.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So. Believe it or not, that's one of like my like weird icebreaker questions I ask people. So I'm amused that you asked me.
And
That's
I
good.
would say chicken noodle soup doesn't have a vegetable in it.
Well,
Not
people
always.
put carrots. Yeah, it
Yes.
depends. They might put
I
carrots.
attempted
And
to
some
put
people put
carrots
like
in it
celery
here.
in it, which I'm not a big fan of celery in that. But
I like it. I was gonna put vegetables in it here,
Yeah.
and they told me in the kitchen, the
Absolutely
other cooks,
not.
they were like,
Absolutely
don't
not.
do
Right.
it.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you really
Thank
had
you.
fun. Hopefully, everyone at back home in Rocket Land enjoyed this interview. So, any final thoughts you want to share with the folks?
No,
All
I
right.
got nothing.
All right, well, that's great. Well, thank you. See you next time. Hello, Rocket fans. We're back here. I have Chase Detro with Mr. Kelly. These are two awesome Notre Dame fans we have in our school. Maybe Mr. Smith being the other exception here. So don't hold that against them, but we're going to do some Notre Dame football trivia. So the game's called Three Strikes. I have a list of categories here with the top 5 passing yards, coaching wins, receiving yards, and rushing yards. And these guys are going to take some guesses, and if they're on the list, they're safe. If their guess is off list, that's 1 strike. The first person to get 3 strikes loses. So we need to find out who's going to go first. So let's do a quick rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
Shoot.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, Chase is going to go first. Okay, Chase, so we've got the top 5 passing, coaching, receiving, and rushing yards. What do you want to go for?
I'll take the one that I think is obvious for me, the coaching wins, and Brian Kelly, number 1.
Yes, that's correct. Brian Kelly is number 1, so Chase is safe.
Passing yards, number 1, 2006, Brady Quinn.
That is correct. So after 1 round, we're tied, no strikes. Chase.
We'll keep in passing yards, go Ian Book right below him.
Yes, Ian Book, number 2 in passing yards.
Oh my gosh, all right. Coaching wins, number 3, would that be Lou Holtz?
That is Lou Holtz. That is correct. So after 2 rounds, we're both tied with 2 correct answers.
Oh boy.
This is where it's starting to get a little bit more
It's
difficult.
a little more difficult. Yeah.
We go passing yards, 2013, Brandon Wimbush.
Nope, that's 1 strike for Chase. Mr. Kelly could take the lead here with a correct answer.
Oh man.
And like I said, you don't have to specify like the year. You can just say the name and it's fine.
Receiving yards, 2006, is that Jeff Samardzija?
It's Jeff Samardzija, former Chicago Cub, Jeff Samardzija. That is correct. Okay, so after 3 rounds, Chase has 1 strike and Mr. Kelly is still at 0. Okay, Chase.
Is Golden Tate within the receiving yards category?
Yes, Golden Tate's number 2, 2009. That is correct. Mr. Kelly.
Would number receiving yards, do I have to say?
Just give me the name. You don't
Tim Brown.
Nope, that's a good. I would guess Tim Brown, but that is incorrect. Okay, after 3 rounds, we have 1 strike each. All right, Chase, let's go.
Rushing yards, I'm going to go a little bit risky and go with Josh Adams.
Josh Adams is number 5. That's a good one.
Rushing yards, Jerome Bettis.
No.
Are you serious?
Seriously. Jerome Bettis, I looked him up. He was actually down the list quite pretty far. I was surprised.
Are you
Well,
serious?
He only played 3 years.
Right. Yeah,
So,
left early.
Huh.
So let's see here. We have, so after that round, that's round 4, I believe. Mr. Kelly has 2 strikes, Chase has 1, so Chase is in the lead.
coaching wins, we'll go with Newt Rockney.
Nate Rockney, number 2.
Coaching wins, Parsegian.
Ara Parsegian, number 4. Okay, round 5.
Number 5 in coaching wins could be a couple, but I'm going to try and go with Dan Devine.
Nope, that's incorrect. That's Chase's 2nd strike.
We both have 2, right?
Both have 2. You gotta get this one to stay alive.
Passing yards, Bledsoe.
That is incorrect.
Or
Mr.
not
Kelly.
Bledsoe. Hold
Okay.
on.
Okay. We'll give you a pass here. Did Drew Bledsoe even go to Notre Dame?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He was at Boston College.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or no, I'm thinking of someone else.
Anyways.
Okay. Jimmy Clausen.
Jimmy Clausen's number 3. Okay, after that round, I think it was 6. I'm not sure. We are tied at 2 strikes each. Although we're giving Mr. Kelly a staff pass there. All right, Chase.
I think it's gonna have to be passing yards. Is Tommy Reese number
Tommy
4?
Reese is number 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of pressure now.
Yep. We're getting down to it now. People my age would know the 5th quarterback probably, because like I said, I was in high school for him, but tough list now. We still have the number 1 wide receiver, and we have 4 rushers, and then we're at the bottom of the other lists here.
I'm not confident with the rushing yards.
I wouldn't be either looking at this list. This is do or die for Mr. Kelly. If he misses this one, he is out.
2006. Oh my gosh, what was his name? The running back with Brady Quinn and Samardzija. Number 3. I can picture him. Oh my gosh. It's not good, boys. Not good. St. Brown receiving yards, 2015.
That is incorrect. There you go. Chase is our winner. Congratulations, Chase. So the passing yards, the 5th passer was Ron Paulus. He was, he was kind of the guy and then wasn't the guy. Coaching was Frank Leahy. Leahy, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Receiving yards, number 1, Michael Floyd. I thought you guys might get Michael Floyd. Then you had Derek Mays is 95, William Fuller, 15.
Oh,
The rushers, so the top 4 rushers of Notre Dame history. Number 1, Autry Denson, who I totally remember him. 85 is Alan Pinkett. 79 is Ferguson, Vegas Ferguson?
Vegas first.
Yep, and then 2006, Darius Walker. Darius Walker was the one Mr. Kelly didn't get. So there you go. Chase is our winner. He's the number 1 Notre Dame fan of all time.
Congrats.
Thank you. Okay, so we have Lucy and Peyton here. We just finished. How do you guys think you did though?
Kind of good. I thought I did good.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I think I could have done better explaining them, but
And how long have you guys been friends?
since first grade.
Forever.
Yep.
How would you rate your friendship on like a 1 to 10?
10.
11.
11. I like that answer. Good. Do you think anybody can beat Mrs. Class or Mrs. Schrader?
I
No.
don't, probably not. They're pretty good.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say make the sounds. You can.
You can?
Sure.
Fish. Dinosaur.
No.
Oh, goodness.
Shark. Dolphin.
Describe what it looks like.
It's green. Lives in the-
Sharp teeth.
Yeah, shark teeth,
In a
shark,
swamp.
in a swamp, river, green.
Alligator.
Yep.
Oh my.
Down the road.
Down. Yeah, there you go.
Snake.
Yep. You shoot them.
Bird.
Whoa.
Boom. Bow and arrow.
Hunting.
Oh, deer.
Yes. They make dams.
Beavers.
Yep.
Language.
Sorry.
Bees.
Yeah.
Fish.
It's yellow.
Fish.
Pass. You can pass that one, yeah. It's a restaurant. Express.
Panda.
Yeah.
Ooh, we gotta count that.
All right. We have Kaylee and Sam, and we have a mother-daughter combo to see if they can knock off the teachers. So Kaylee, how long have you known your mom?
Your whole life, right?
Yeah. How would you characterize your relationship with your mom on a 1 to 10? No pressure. 9.9. That's a really good score.
Yeah.
And then Sam, what do you think? What would your score be?
Ooh, maybe a 7. That's
Okay.
what Mark gives.
Okay, so our teachers team got a really high score. Do you think you can match that or don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Let's go.
Ooh. Oh gosh. I'm trying to think the best way to describe this.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Coyote.
Close.
Close.
Wolf.
There you go. Hops.
Bunny.
Yeah, we'll go with that. What does this? Red. Oh, come on. It's a restaurant.
Crab.
It's a restaurant. Red.
Red crab.
No. A restaurant. Restaurant. Think restaurant. Okay, skip it.
Oh, red lobster.
Yes. Okay. All right. Ooh. Black and white.
Zebra.
No.
Skunk.
I'm thinking of I don't even know a way to describe this one. Just do another one. What do I do?
Kangaroo.
Rawr, like it's depicted. T-Rex with like little arms.
All right, good job.
Since first grade.
Since first grade, yeah, very good. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you grade your friendship?
9.87.
Yeah, I'd say like a 9.5.
Okay, that's pretty close. That's good. Okay, and then the teacher score is pretty high. It's Mrs. Class and Mrs. Schrader you got to beat. Do you guys think you can beat them today?
Maybe.
I don't
Never
know.
played it before, so.
All right, we'll see how it goes. Good luck.
Thanks.
Small reptile.
Alligator? No. Crocodile? Armadillo?
Very slow.
Turtle? Snail?
Entries.
Sloth?
Bird by the ocean.
Crane?
Little white
Seagull?
bird. Yes. Quack.
Duck?
Yep. Moo.
Cow?
Yep. Little thing that waddles in ice.
Penguin?
Yep. Horse.
Donkey? Mule?
Another word.
Calf?
Small horse. Maybe female horse. I don't know. Pass. Small mouse. Well,
Rat.
bigger than-
Rodent.
Yes. Robbers have like the little critter.
Duck?
Striped.
Flamingo?
Raccoon.
Rack?
All right, let's see how much you get, Carter.
6.
Oh, that was
You got
first.
6.
That was.
Nice try. You didn't beat the teachers.
Darn
Okay,
it.
nice try though. Thanks for playing. Okay, we have Adam and Jack. This is our last line of defense against the teachers. We thought the twin power might work. Do you guys ever have any instances of using like the twin mind to read each other's minds?
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we'll speak at the same times. Just stuff like that. It always surprises us though. Like it's not a regular occurrence. But
Do you ever finish each other's sentences?
I'd say so.
And how much time do you guys spend together typically, like in a day?
I'd say probably half our day.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you share the same bedroom?
No.
Oh, there you go. That's good. All right. This is the question I've asked everyone. How would you characterize your relationship? How would you grade it on a scale of 0 to 10?
I put it about a 9. Like we don't fight too much anymore. We're pretty close. We always have each other's backs, so that's nice.
Right. Jack agrees?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm doing all the talking for you? Okay, sounds good. Do you guys think you can beat the teachers today?
We'll give it our best shot.
Okay, let's do it.
A wool. Sheep. Younger sheep. Lamb.
Yep.
Down harder, down harder.
Ebola. Mosquito.
Yep.
Runs up a tree. Cat. Nuts. Squirrel.
Yep. The beast of the sea, sharp
Whale.
teeth.
Shark.
More descriptive shark.
Great white shark.
Yep. Black and white
Zebra.
spots. Yep. We get them in our house all the time.
Cats.
Buzz.
Oh, flies.
Yep. Alvin and the
Chipmunks.
Yep. A young dog.
Puppy.
Yep. It turns into a butterfly.
Caterpillar.
Yep. What a caterpillar turns
Butterfly.
into. Yep.
Oh.
A pet.
Okay, let's see what you got. It'll tell you on the...
9 maybe.
Oh, you got 10. Oh. The teachers got 12. That was very close. You guys, that was a good round. Good job.
I give credit to